right, as you know, I just recorded, oh God, the sun. Oh, woo, direct sunlight is not good for video. As you know, I just recorded the end of yesterday's video. If you watched it, thank you. God, like I'll say it again for this one. I am so stoked to have John say such cool things, like such nice things about me, and sending a bunch of you guys over here. And then I'm so stoked that you decided to hit the subscribe button. Like, that means so much to me. No, I'm gonna try not to say too much right now because I just said so much yesterday, but just know that I am so grateful for you guys. I appreciate all of you who've hit the subscribe button and left those comments. So moving on with today, I need to edit yesterday's video, and I think it came out a lot better than my Case of the Mondays video. Hopefully we got some really cool elements, and when I get that done, Dylan's probably gonna be awake. I got a meal prep for her, get her 3 or 4 bottles made for the day. And then we got a pretty cool WOD tonight at Extreme. So should I do one of these? Here we go. Bam, bam. Right, today's lunch is the same as 2 days ago. It was called nachos with chicken on it, or lime chicken. Super tasty, but instead of tortilla chips, there's thin cut cauliflower slices. Super good. I'm saying a lot right now. For today's workout, it's going to be another simple one, but something that's pretty overlooked, and it kind of goes on with the theme that I talked about on Monday, and that's low back pain and trying to avoid it. So this is a really good prehab, rehab, and warm-up for your lower back to get the glutes activated and to stretch your hamstrings or get them to work properly in conjunction with your quads. You're gonna do 10 minutes on the minute, 5 hip hinges, but these are very, very special hip hinges. We'll go over that in the garage before I do my 10 minutes on the minute. So this one's not gonna be for time, this is for quality. So you might even spend a lot of that minute getting into the perfect position and then coming back up. So 5 sounds like a small number, but this is actually, it might blow you up a little bit depending on how strong your glutes are. So hope you enjoy that one. I just spent way too much time on Instagram trying to talk on my story to, first of all, thank Obese to Beast and you guys for subscribing, and then kind of delivering what my milestones are. So for those of you following along or who looked back in a couple videos, I'm gonna do 300-pound Grace to celebrate this 300 benchmark. Since Dylan just woke up and she is pissed. We crushed 300, which means I'm doing 300-pound Grace. I'm gonna do that sometime early next week. And then in that same week, probably the end of the week, I'm gonna do King Kong since we crushed 400 as well. And then I didn't really give much thought to 500 and up, so we're gonna go ahead and go straight to 1,000. And for that, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a 1,000-meter row, and then to make it spicy, I'm gonna think of some other element, and maybe you guys can help me out and decide on what I'm gonna do. I have a couple ideas, but we also have to keep in mind how long it takes to transition out and in of the rower. Like a Kalsu might be kind of interesting, but it takes so long to get out of the rower that by the time I get back on the rower, I'm only gonna have like 20 seconds to row. So 1,000-meter row with maybe a buy-in and a buy-out. That might be interesting. So let me know what you think in the comments. I gotta go feed Dylan because she just kind of abruptly woke up. I don't know why. Yeah, originally I was gonna say I'm gonna start cleaning up my garage and try to organize a little bit because I never have time to do that, but guess what? Dylan doesn't want to give me the time to do it, so here we go. And for those of you who just joined, my Instagram handle is @bigmansyndrome. I post a lot of what I do here on there as previews. Also, we'll potentially be changing up the content to where that's a little bit more different. And then that's also where you're gonna be able to watch me do 300-pound Grace. I'm gonna do it live at some point early next week, and I will update you guys and my followers on Instagram. So if you want to see me do 300-pound Grace live, follow me at bigmansyndrome on Instagram. All right, Dylan just went down for her 3rd nap, and I haven't gotten my midday session done in the garage, and to be completely honest, I don't think I'm gonna do one. The one thing I'm definitely gonna do is the 10-minute on the minute that I created for you guys this morning with the hip hinge and explain what I mean by special hip hinge. Kind of go through the movement standards and provide you some context for it. Rather use this time to organize my garage a little bit like I've wanted to for so long. I'd also like to do some other projects that have been put on hold due to kind of this just chaos that has been ensuing with me trying to make a daily vlog. But yeah, gonna organize the garage a little bit and then I'll get inside and probably cook dinner, and then I'll be heading to Extreme for the workout for the night. It's a 12-minute AMRAP with 10 pull-ups and 5 hang cleans at 155. It's a pretty cool WOD. I think I could do some damage there. So let's get into this on the minute, and then I don't think I'm gonna film too much, organize my garage. Not sure if that's gonna be interesting. All right, so first thing, you're gonna go barefoot. This is gonna give you the most feedback from your feet to plant yourself on the ground and not sort of compromise depending on the type of shoe you wear. Some soles are a little bit too mushy for this. And then hard soles, I mean, if you wear Vans or Converse, you might be okay, but my recommendation is to go barefoot. You're gonna start with a very wide stance, squeezing the glutes. The reason why we're gonna go wide stance is that's gonna isolate the hinge muscles, or the group of muscles that's gonna help you hinge. The next thing I want you to focus on is bringing your rib cage as high as possible. So you're trying to widen the gap between your hips and your ribs, and without arching. So you don't want to, make that space and then let your back relax. So while you're making that space, you're keeping your back tight. Okay, this is gonna create that nice, perfect curve in the spine. Okay, from there, there's several ways you can keep this position, okay? For the advanced, you're gonna stick your arms overhead straight and reach, and then hinge, keeping that straight line. From there, if you need to modify it, you bring your hands to the side, kind of like you're doing a cable row, and you squeeze your shoulder blades together, keeping that chest high. That's gonna mimic the same idea when your arms are overhead. And if you need to modify it further, take it into like a good morning. Put a dowel PVC pipe, or like I have a steel pipe that I got from Home Depot with sand in it. Put that on your back and pull as hard as possible. Like just mash your trap muscles with it, okay? And what you're going to do is lean forward, keeping your legs stiff, straight. Like don't bend your knees at all. You're not gonna bend your knees whatsoever. You're gonna push your butt back and hips back to change the weight distribution. Trying to keep weight in your heels as well. Don't let your toes pop up off the ground. Go as far as you can until you feel like you're gonna lose that perfect S-curve in the spine. If you start to compromise, squeeze the glutes and stand back up, reset, okay? This is why it might take you a little bit of time to get through 5 reps in a minute, because you need to focus so much on keeping that nice tight spine and that space between your ribs and your hips in order to get this done. So do that 5 times on the minute for 10 minutes. And really pay attention to your body. Like if this starts to blow you up a little bit at round 5, cut it off. That's all you need. That is going to strengthen you. And then if anything, do this once a week, every week, and add that next round. One thing I forgot to mention is that if you're having trouble finding that good stable back position, you're lifting up your chest, but your back is curving. There's one more way you can get into that position, and that is to place the dowel that you might be using across your spine or down your spine, and grabbing it top and bottom with each hand, like so. Like this, getting into your stance and then going into your hinge, okay? Is gonna give you a cue to what straight feels like. Just be careful if you're using a PVC pipe that is flexible, you might end up mimicking the flexibility of that PVC pipe, but there's another helpful tip for you to get into that nice position that's gonna give you the most benefit for your glute exercise. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you out, and let me know what you think. If this was good for you, or if you thought it was kind of whatever. Tomorrow is going to be a rest day, so we'll probably do not a workout of the day, but a mobility something. So I think with that said, it's either going to be a garage organization montage or a workout montage at Extreme. So how about helpful. My biceps got such a bad pump. It's like the first 4 pull-ups every time are fine. And I go to do the next 3 and it's like, ow, ow.